The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is officially over. Black smoke now rising above the Gaza Strip. You see it there as the IDF resumes its airstrikes on Hamas targets in the area. But it appears the Biden administration is looking to back away from its steadfast support for Israel. Surprise, surprise. The Washington Post reporting, quote, what began as a bear hug strategy of intense backing by President Biden has become one in which U.S. officials facing growing blowback at home and internationally have distanced themselves from scorched earth Israeli tactics. And don't forget the political gloss here. They're under intense political pressure. Meanwhile, the Foundation for Defense of Democracy CEO Mark Dubowitz writing, the Biden administration is setting the stage to abandon Israel. What started off as we are totally with you in destroying Hamas, which is as bad as ISIS, is deteriorating into you don't have our support unless you can dismantle Hamas very quickly with very limited civilian casualties. That is impossible. Pete, I want to pull up for you. This is from the Times of Israel. It is allegedly what Tony Blinken said in a private meeting with Israel. Here it goes. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant says the entire Israeli society is united behind the goal of dismantling Hamas, even if it takes months, to which Blinken allegedly replied, I don't think you have the credit for that. That would be as if nearly 3,000 Americans died on 9/11. We go into Afghanistan and our ally Israel or the United Kingdom says you don't have the credit for that while, and we're going to put this up while you speak, they're finding tunnels under children's beds. They're going into hospitals and finding weapons. That is what Israel is dealing with.
It's absolutely absurd. And this is how Hamas fights. This is who Hamas is. We've seen it on display since October 7th and well before that. You got a generation of vets here in America who spent 2 decades overseas knowing how Islamists think and the depth of their depravity and their commitment to their cause to kill crusaders, to kill Jews, to kill Westerners. That's their view. And Benjamin Netanyahu has a very clear-eyed view about that, too. That's why his statement of Hamas will be eradicated, I believe him. That's exactly what Israel should do, down to the very last one of them, including the leaders in Qatar. But use that phrase, bear hug. What they're going to do is, a bear hug can go one way and it can go the other way. You can end up strangling somebody with a bear hug. And they're going to keep squeezing and squeezing because that's been the instinct of this White House from the beginning. Maybe Joe's got some warm fuzzies about his support for Israel from the past, but all the staffers, everyone else inside the White House is clearly far more in that pro-Palestine, and Blinken's at the front end of that. So your solution now is to push a 2-state solution? With who? Yeah, who's in charge on the other side? A terror state? Yeah. Now's our time to sweep in? It's upside down.
It's upside down. To your point about the political lens of this, Emily, take a look at these headlines. It's exactly underscoring what Pete just said. Washington Post, White House grapples with internal divisions on Israel-Gaza. New York Times, Biden navigates divisions over Gaza inside the White House and beyond. You see NBC News, the Biden-Obama divide over how closely to support Israel. The pressure on Biden is coming because young voters are fleeing him, Muslim voters are fleeing him, and there's political pressure to bring those voters home before November.
It also shows how ideologically fickle the president has been. Because if he actually felt ideologically devoted and sound, if his 50 years being a part of this American government meant anything, then he would have stood firm from the beginning. But this is showing his true colors, which is A, susceptible to pressure, and B, not being a forward-thinking leader. And we think about his approach this entire time, and Obama's just even worse, but it's essentially, afraid of escalation. And that fear of escalation has always meant that we have aligned our interests thus with the likes of Hamas and the likes of Russia. Because in the fear of escalation, when we piecemeal support to Ukraine, regardless how you feel about it politically, we said Ukraine will support you, but we will give you this only. We'll give you little bits, and you can't defend yourself in this way against Russia, and we're going to do it in this timely fashion. So it draws everything out, and it makes them unable to be successful. And the same thing is now happening with Israel. So first of all, it's a slap in the face to our greatest ally, and secondly, it once again furthers the interest of Hamas. Because of our fear of escalation, we are stoking the global condemnation of Israel, and we are not supporting them in their ability to defend themselves because we are joining that chorus. Oh, limit this, oh, don't do this, instead of saying, we support you, come hell or high water, whatever you need, we'll be there. And Israel is probably like, we don't actually need you at all. We just need you to stand down and support us silently instead of meddling in the global affairs. Because right now, Hamas is laughing, unfortunately and hideously, that we are now the greatest leaders in condemning Israel's ability to full-throatedly defend themselves.
As Hamas is violating international law, I want to play this for you, Kennedy. So not only did Hamas violate the ceasefire, they're violating international law and not allowing the Red Cross to see the hostages. This is Ruby Chin speaking to Bill Himmer. She has a 19-year-old son who is a hostage. Listen to what she says.
So, according to the international law, the International Red Cross has a permanent mandate to visit hostages. If I could, Bill, just quote you the mission statement of the International Red Cross: to protect the lives and dignity of victims in armed conflict and violence and provide them with assistance. When you look at the budget of the International Red Cross, 25% of it comes from U.S. taxpayers. I am a U.S. taxpayer. Why is it that the International Red Cross has not visited my son, a U.S. citizen, as well as the other hostages that require immediate medical attention?
Now, Ruby deserves to see his son, or at least have the Red Cross check on him.
Yes, we deserve to know who is still alive, who has perished, who has been tortured to death. We don't have these answers. And I really feel for the families because they're stuck in the hardest place of all. Because obviously they want their family members to be among the 110 plus who are released during the ceasefire. And when the fighting starts up again, you know, their hearts have to sink. But at the same time, they want more than anyone to send members of Hamas to hell. And, you know, they're in the most difficult position of all. And to your point, I don't think the president has a foreign policy. I really don't. I think that he is fickle. He is incredibly spineless. And you're seeing this because, you know, he will try and placate Israelis with words, but then he sends Blinken with very different actions that feel like they are being authored by Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar.
Right.
So, you know, and that makes it even harder for these families in the United States.
No doubt.
Yeah, look, this whole problem with the Biden administration and those advising him is that there's no moral footing. We see it emerging throughout the country that there is just no moral sense of what is right, which is when leadership matters. And they are placating to certain voters or voting blocs, and that's when you get lost. This is when it matters, is you've got to stand up. Now, Israel has played its part. They've gotten rid of, you know, in Syria and in Iraq, you know, nuclear power plants and things, saving the Western world. Israel does know what it's doing. This is deliberate, clearly, and it is about what do they say versus what are they doing? And this cannot be a suicide pact. And Israel knows that. And they need to just move forward because Western civilization and humanity is at stake.
That's right. This is a battle between good and evil.
It is.
Hamas and Israel.